There's this feeling you've been carrying. Not the kind anyone asks about, not the kind you'd even know how to explain if they did. It's heavier than tired, quieter than panic. You wake up and it's already there, sitting on your chest like it never left. And you wonder if maybe this is just how it is now. If maybe everyone else figured out how to stop feeling like this, and you missed the memo. But here's the thing. This video found you. And I know how that sounds, but stay with me for a second. Something inside you is about to shift. Not in some mystical way, just you're standing in the space right before something clicks. You just can't see it yet. And that's exactly why this video appeared now. You've been showing up every day, doing the work, doing the routines, doing everything you're supposed to do. And nothing feels different. The same room, same thoughts, same weight in your chest when you lie down at night. You start wondering if you're doing it wrong, if there's some secret everyone else knows, some switch they flipped that you can't find. But the truth is, nobody told you that change doesn't happen gradually. You don't wake up a little bit different every day. You don't feel yourself transforming in real time. You stay the same for weeks, for months, longer than feels fair, longer than makes sense. And then one morning, something just clicks. Not because you forced it, not because you figured it out, but because you kept showing up, even when nothing was moving. And all that time, something was building underneath. You just couldn't see it. I've been there too, staring at the ceiling at 3 a.m., wondering if I'm crazy for still believing something's going to change. Wondering if this heaviness is just permanent now. And the worst part, you can't even explain it to people. Because from the outside, your life looks fine, maybe even good. But inside, you're carrying this thing that has no name, this exhaustion that sleep doesn't fix, this feeling that you're supposed to be further along by now. And every day that nothing visibly changes, that weight gets a little heavier. Because you start thinking, what if I missed something? What if everyone else got the map and I didn't? But here's what I realized, and maybe you're realizing it too. The people who seem like they have it figured out, they had their version of this too. They stood in the same dark, wondering if morning would ever come. They questioned everything. They almost gave up. The only difference between you and them right now is timing. They're on the other side of the click, and you're one moment away from being there too.
You know what the hardest part is? It's not the waiting. It's the doubt that comes with it. Every day you show up and nothing changes. Doubt gets a little louder. Maybe I'm not built for this. Maybe I'm fooling myself. Maybe this is just who I am and I need to accept it. And you look around. You see people moving forward effortlessly. People who seem lighter, clearer, more certain. And you think, what's wrong with me? Why is it so hard for me? But what you're not seeing is this. Those people, they had their final hour too. They stood exactly where you're standing. They felt exactly what you're feeling. The difference isn't that they're special. The difference is they didn't walk away. They stayed, even when everything looked the same, even when the doubt was screaming, even when it felt like nothing would ever change. They stayed, and then it clicked. And I don't know if you're gonna stay. I don't know if you're gonna keep showing up when there's no evidence it's working. But I know this, if you do, something's gonna shift. Not because you deserve it, not because you earned it, but because that's how it works. You stay in the dark long enough, and eventually light breaks through. By the way,
talking about the moment before it clicks. The hardest part isn't what you think. There's something about this moment when everything just gets quiet. Not peaceful quiet, eerie quiet, like the world is holding its breath. You stop seeing signs. You stop feeling excited. You stop even knowing what you're working toward anymore because you've been at it so long that the goal became abstract. And that's when most people quit. Right here, in this final stretch, because they interpret the quiet as absence. They think if nothing's happening, it must mean nothing's going to happen. So they walk away. They give up. They decide they were wrong to believe in the first place. And they miss it by days, sometimes hours, because the click was right there, forming, about to happen. But they couldn't see it, so they assumed it wasn't real. Don't be that person. Don't walk away in the final hour. Don't let the quiet convince you that nothing's coming. Because the quiet isn't absence, it's anticipation. It's the pause before the symphony's final note. It's the inhale before the shout. It's the last second of night before the first light breaks.
I can't tell you when it's going to click for you. I don't have a timeline. I don't have a formula. But I know this. You've already crossed the threshold. You just don't know it yet. Because the click doesn't happen when you're ready. It happens because you're ready. Right now, in this moment, you've already done the work. You've already carried the weight. You've already showed up on the days when nothing made sense. And all of that was the sun rising below the horizon. You just couldn't see it. But it was happening. And it's still happening. Right now. Maybe one day you'll notice something's different. Not because you decided to change, but because the old pattern just faded. You didn't fight it, you didn't force it, you just stopped feeding it, and it disappeared on its own. And you'll look around and wonder, how did I get here? How did I go from feeling stuck to feeling free? And the answer is you stayed. When everything looked the same, when the doubt was screaming, when every rational part of you said to quit, you stayed. And that's all it took.
So, if this is landing, if something inside you is resonating with what I'm saying, even though you can't prove any of it, that's not hope. That's knowing. Deep, cellular knowing that you're almost there, that the click is forming, the final hour is almost over. And I'm not going to tell you to do anything. I'm not going to give you steps or exercises or some bullshit plan. I'm just going to say this. One more day, one more step, one more moment of showing up even though you can't see the point. Because the point is right in front of you, just on the other side of the horizon. And when it clicks, when everything suddenly makes sense and falls into place, you'll look back at this moment and realize this was it. This was the final hour and you survived it. And everything that comes after will be worth everything you went through to get here. Remember that.